fast life, the fast living. They see the ambition, they know I'm past driven.
So you just said earlier you had new coaches coming, physiotherapist, and also a mental coach. Did you work on something specific with this coach, or was it more like general themes with the team together, or did you really work one-to-one with this mental coach?
It's top secret.
It's top secret.
I'm kidding. We started, first we did a lot of team stuff. Just she wanted to figure out our whole dynamic, and first it was team stuff, and then we worked on more individual things. I think for me, the biggest thing that I had to work on, that I'm still working on, is, like, it sounds kind of cheesy, but literally having confidence in myself and knowing that I belong up there just as much as any other strong nation.
I know this one. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that one. You know, when you come from somewhere like Canada or Switzerland, but maybe doesn't have huge teams or huge resources like everyone else, it's hard to be on the World Cup and to be like, okay, I belong here, you know? And that was something I needed. That, like, she helped me kind of realize that I did belong there, that I had put in the work, that I'd put in the hours, and ultimately made more sacrifices than anybody else, because we're not handed everything that all these big nations are handed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that was what I worked on with her. And I used to get, like, really, really anxious when I competed, like, really bad. I would, like, my heart would be...
You would feel it straight here,
I
and
feel it.
And then it's almost like you cannot breathe anymore.
I would like completely black out, honestly, the whole ski jump when I was really little. Like,
all right, yeah.
I would just, nothing in my head, no idea what would happen, and completely mess up, which that also made it hard for me to believe in myself, because I was like, every time I go to compete, this happens. But yeah, I think I fixed that so far. It's like, I don't even know really what clicked.
Do you
for
work
me.
with breathing exercise, or is it more mental pictures?
I think it's...
Or is it the whole setup before you start? Before you go to the hill, for example? Or
I think I just had to, like, I really had to convince myself that it doesn't really matter that much. Like, ski jumping is great, and we're all passionate about this. We all want to achieve our goals, but at the end of the day, there's a huge world out there, and there's way worse things that can happen than not jumping good in a competition. And I think once I lifted that pressure off of myself and just said, you know, like, you've put in the training, let's see, this is like your reward for what you've done, for what you've trained for, then, like, the confidence came, and it was easy.
Yeah.
Easier.
Yeah, sometimes for myself as well, it was also difficult for me, because then you are kind of disappointing yourself as a first, but also all the coaches, they are there, and that's also sometimes a bit difficult to release it, to just get off this mental state.
Yeah. You feel like sometimes when you're up there, you feel like there's a lot of people watching and a lot of people that are going to be disappointed in you. But really, you also just have to tell yourself that nobody is really disappointed in you. Everyone is really, really happy and proud of you when you do well. But if you don't, if you don't do good, you're really only going to disappoint yourself.
Mostly,
and you can do two things with that. You can either say, okay, look, this happened, I'm going to learn from this and do better next time, or you can completely beat yourself up, destroy yourself, and then it's only going to get worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were saying earlier as well, you kind of, you had the feeling you don't belong here because you're from small ski jumping nation. I mean, Canada is huge, but ski jumping wise, it's not a big nation. So so first of all, how did you become ski jumper? How did you started this sport?
Well, I'm from Calgary, and we had ski jumps at the time, little ones.
True, yeah.
I did a summer camp, and we tried a bunch of different sports. Can't even remember. We biked. We didn't ski. It was a summer camp. So anyways, we tried a bunch of different things, and ski jumping was one of them. Just, little 10-meter hill, alpine skis.
Yeah, with the plastic and everything. Yeah.
And then they came up. I was only 6, but they came up to my mom after, and they were like, "Oh, she should be a ski jumper." And my mom was like, "Oh, I don't know." And then they handed her, like, "Here's a month for free. Try it." And then I did it from there, and yeah, you couldn't stop me.
So it was not really. It just happened just like that. Somehow it was not a wish from you. You didn't watch it on TV and you knew it before what it was. It just
Yeah.
just happened. You were there at the right time, and
Yeah,
there you go.
exactly. It just happened. I remember being really little and like looking up at the tower, the really big towers at COP in
Yep.
Calgary. And I was like, okay, who would be like crazy, stupid enough to go off of that? But I mean, did it eventually.
Yeah, that's great. It's cool. Cool. Do you have some idols?
Some idols. Yeah, growing up, I idolized Etsuko Tanaka. She's a Canadian ski jumper.
Yeah.
She competed in Sochi, and
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
yeah, when I was really little, she coached me, and then I kind of like was coming on to the national team, and we became friends. She was always really, really nice to me. I look at someone's character and personality more than I would look at.
Yeah,
Obviously, you
that's great. That's
look
cool.
at ski jumping, and you can be like, okay, that's a great ski jump. I idolize that ski jump, but at the end of the day, there's still like a person. So for the heart and the character, Etsuko. I also always really liked Yuki Ito.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
lots of the men's ski jumpers. I'm like, I would jump like that. I would
Yeah.
take that.
Yeah, sure.